Famous psychologist Viktor Frankl once said that suffering stops being just suffering when it finds a deeper meaning or purpose. Someone who has a reason to live can endure almost any situation. Imagine you're driving your car on a cold, dark night. Sitting next to you is the person for whom you would fight the whole world. Every dream of your success passes through their eyes. Suddenly, there's a loud crash. Glass shatters, screams echo, and then everything goes quiet. The next moment, you are in a hospital room with white walls. You are standing in the hallway, and the doctor says, "She's gone." What will you do? Will you break down? Will you fall apart? Or will you stand there in front of that lifeless body and make a promise so crazy that no one will believe you? Today's story is about someone who turned the silence of death into the loudest noise the world has ever heard. If you think your pain is the worst thing in your life, this video will shatter that pride of yours. Today, we are talking about Matthias Steiner, who didn't just lift the heaviest iron in the world, he carried the deepest sorrow and made history. Hello friends, I'm Saurabh, and welcome to Booktuber Hindi. The biggest mistake a person makes is thinking life will go according to their own plan. Matthias Steiner thought the same. Born in Austria, Steiner's childhood was filled with the sounds of weightlifting. His father was a weightlifter himself, so the passion was in his blood. While most kids were playing with toys at age 13, Steiner was already shaping his destiny with iron rods. But nature had other plans. What we call fate often tests us in harsh ways. One day, when Steiner was giving it his all, lifting the weight with everything he had, suddenly his technique slipped for just a moment. The entire weight crashed down on his right knee. It wasn't the sound of bones breaking. It was the sound of his dreams shattering. The doctors made it clear, forget about weightlifting now. His family told him to drop this Olympic obsession and find a regular job. This is the point where 99% of people give up. They listen to reason and accept defeat. But Steiner had this psychological stubbornness inside him. In psychology, it's called cognitive reframing. He didn't see pain as a signal to stop, but as a challenge. He endured the needle pricks and pain during months of rehab and made it to the 2004 Athens Olympics. But what did he get there? Fever in 7th place. 8 years of hard work, and the result was zero. Do you get it? Success isn't a straight path. It's a game for those who have the courage to fall again and again, dust themselves off, and get back up. After the loss in Athens, the real test began. He started having conflicts with the Austrian Weightlifting Federation. Politics is everywhere. Whether it was your office or the Olympic field, his coaches were changed. He started getting ignored. Then came a moment when Steiner did something that went down in history as the burn the ships strategy. He left Austria and moved to Germany. Just imagine, an unknown country, no citizenship, no government support. Plus, a 2-year ban from participating in any international competition. It was the toughest time of his life. No money, no recognition. But in that darkness, he found a light, Suzanne. Suzanne became his wife. She became his strength. In a defeated athlete, she saw a champion. The 2008 Beijing Olympics were just around the corner. Steiner had already gotten German citizenship. He and Suzanne were dreaming of a bright future. Suzanne was finishing her PhD. Steiner's training and everything was on track. But then the dark night came. A car accident. And Suzanne died. In an instant, Steiner's world shattered. The man who could lift the heaviest weights in the world couldn't bear the pain of losing his wife. In those final moments at the hospital, Suzanne made him promise something: you will go to the Olympics. You will definitely win gold. A person who was already fighting the world had his biggest support taken away. In psychology, this is called core belief shattering. When the very center of your world disappears, the mind either goes into a coma or creates a force that defies the laws of nature. Steiner stayed locked in his room for months. He cried. He screamed. But then he remembered that promise. It wasn't just a promise, it became a sacred contract. This is where Steiner's transformation began. He was no longer just an athlete. He was on a mission. There's a term in psychology called post-traumatic growth. People often break down after a shock, but some use that shock to rebuild themselves. Steiner turned his pain into fuel. He made the gym his temple and iron his companion. Every tear he shed turned into sweat falling on that barbell. We are often told that emotions make us weak, that we should become like stone. But Steiner proved that if you channel your emotions the right way, they can be more powerful than nuclear energy. When he stood on the stage at the Beijing Olympics, it wasn't just iron plates in front of him. It was Suzanne's promise. On the day of the final, the situation was pretty rough. The Russian weightlifter had lifted a total of 460 kilos. Steiner had to lift 258 kilos in the clean and jerk to win. That was a weight he'd never lifted in his life. Scientifically, it was almost impossible. But that's where the flow state comes in. Steiner says that day, he wasn't worried about anything else. He tuned out the crowd's noise. He couldn't hear anything. All he could see was the goal. The moment he grabbed the rod, the whole stadium went silent. He lifted the weight. His knees were shaking. His veins were about to burst. But in that moment, he wasn't alone. It felt like Suzanne was right behind him, supporting his hands. This is what they call the zone in sports psychology. When your ego disappears and only your purpose remains, the forces of the universe flow through your body. He lifted the weight up. 3 white lights. The world witnessed a miracle. A man had broken his limits. The gold medal was his. Steiner dropped to his knees and started crying uncontrollably. He wasn't crying out of joy for winning. He was crying because he was finally free from the burden of that promise. When he stood on the podium, one hand held the gold medal, and the other held a photo of Suzanne. That moment remains one of the most emotional scenes in Olympic history. He proved that a champion isn't the one with the best conditions, but the one who has the strongest reasons. He turned that pain, that loneliness, that politics into strength. Friends, if you're feeling crushed under some impossible weight in life, these 4 lessons from Matthias Steiner's story could be a total game changer for you. Number 1. Convert your emotional energy. Psychology says emotions are energy. When you're sad, that energy gets trapped inside your body. Steiner channeled that energy into weightlifting and working out. This is called sublimation, turning your negative feelings into something creative. So next time your heart breaks or someone disrespects you, instead of crying, throw that anger into your work and let your success answer with actions, not words. Number 2. Mental rehearsal and visualization. Steiner used to say he lifted that 258 kilo weight thousands of times in his mind. When you visualize something over and over, your subconscious starts to believe it's real. Your neurons fire the same way they would during the actual event. Number 3. Become anti-fragile. According to Nassim Taleb's book Anti-fragile, some things break under pressure, like glass. Some stay the same, like iron. But some things actually get even stronger. Steiner was an anti-fragile person. Accidents, illness, and failures didn't make him weaker, they made him more powerful. Remember, the wind can blow out a candle, but it only makes a fire burn brighter. You need to be that fire. And number 4, find your sacred purpose. Steiner had a reason to win gold that was bigger than his own life. When your goal is just money or fame, you'll give up at the first big challenge. But when your goal becomes a promise you made to someone, or a memory of someone, then your mind stops feeling the pain. Matthias Steiner's story teaches us that fate doesn't follow your plans. Life will knock you down. It will take away what you love the most and leave you alone in the middle of the road. But that moment will decide whether you die as a victim or rise as a champion. If you're feeling broken today, remember that coal turns into a diamond under pressure. Your emotions aren't your weakness. They're your greatest superpower. You just need to find the courage to channel them the right way. Are you ready to break free from your chains? Drop an "I'm ready" in the comments below. Or share that one promise you're determined to keep no matter what. Remember, a true champion is someone who picks up their broken pieces and builds a shield that no force in the world can break. Thank you so much.